Hello and welcome to the Deep Cut Fandom podcast. I am Victor, also known as Cassette Man Studios, and I am joined by my co-host.
Robert, aka Shumworld. So, Victor, holy crap, man! This has been like a huge news dump, and it keeps pouring, man.
I know, yeah, exactly. When it rains, it pours, right?
Exactly, because I thought this was gonna. I was like saying, okay, we got some content here, and all of a sudden, next day, some more stuff came up, and then all of a sudden they got a list, and then all of a sudden we got an interview with some more details on what's going on. This is all just Transformers alone,
I
and then
know,
all
I
of a
know.
sudden, oh
It's
my
insane.
good crap, man.
And so much video game news. Oh my god, I don't know if we're going to be able to get
Yeah,
to it all today,
Yeah, like
but
I
we'll
literally
try.
had to narrow it down. Like there's so many games on my list, but I tried to narrow it down to the ones I felt would be really fun to share our
Yeah,
thoughts on.
I
So
mean, I'm sure you'll appreciate the one trailer that I have to share because, yeah, you're going to love
yeah,
it.
I got mixed feelings on that trailer. I have an idea which one you're talking about, but
Yeah.
I hope we could get to it.
Yeah, hopefully we can. Hopefully. But anyway, I guess we'll start with that leak list, huh?
Yeah, let's go to that leak list. So, man, I don't know, dude. Like when it came to that leak list, I was looking into it and seeing what my wish list is going to be for 2026 as well as 2024.
2027.
Yeah, 2026, yeah, 2024.
Yeah, 2026 and
2026,
2027, yeah.
yeah, 2026 and 2027. So, here we go. So here's the list. Let's see if we can scroll
Yeah.
down. So,
And this
man,
is courtesy of JT
yep, JT.
JT Prime 17 over on TFW 2005
Yep.
for your
So,
Transformer news.
man, so like we got leaks on what Age of the Prime Studio series, the what classes are going to be the Titans class and Commander scales
Yeah.
for
And my boy
2020.
Soundwave right there on the front page.
Yep, we got double Soundwave.
TF1.
So let's go through it. So here's the only thing I will say is that there are a bunch of names that are like completely new or very ambiguous on what they are.
Yeah.
So are placeholders. So I'm wondering, so we'll have some fun with who those guys could be.
Yeah.
So first one is Trajan Prime Voyager Swindle. So what?
Hold on a sec.
Yes, yeah,
What's all that on top of that?
this one.
There's no Titan in 2026.
Yeah,
The
that's the thing I wanted to
studio
bring up.
series is gonna be that's insane.
Yeah, because the thing is, what I based on the notes I've gathered, that when it comes to the how to describe it, like there's multiple lines, but the one lines we're usually focusing on for this year and next is Age of the Primes and Studio Series.
Right.
So Age of the Primes, they usually get the Titan class,
Right.
but
Which is basically a Generations line.
right, the Generations line, but well, the upcoming year, they're not going to get a Titan class. Studio Series is going to get a Titan class, but Age of the Prime is going to get 2 Commander classes.
Wow. Okay.
2 instead of 1. So
That's cool.
yeah, yep. So we're gonna cover it, share our thoughts on that.
Yeah.
So the first one is the Voyager Swindle. So I'm guessing this is going to be the swindle for the Combaticons.
Yeah. Yeah. Most likely. Yeah, I gotta get him. Even if I don't get the rest of the team, I gotta get him. I probably will get the rest of the team though, only because Combaticons, as you know, are my favorite minor game.
But you know what's interesting, that Swindle and Brawl, is that his name? Because I always keep getting it mixed up. Yeah, that they're both Voyagers. So
yeah,
I'm wondering, is it either they're going to have a little bit more complex tooling, or they're going to come with extra parts to make up the leg?
That's a good point. I don't know, but it's definitely one of those two. Like you're on the right track. We just have to. I guess we just have to wait and see.
Right.
Like which one is the one that pans out. Because I think you pretty much are dead on with your speculations here.
Right. Yeah, because the reason why I'm bringing this up, because like I saw a picture, like a small thumbnail of what Bruticus might look like based on the art.
Right. The one that came out on Vortex, right?
Right, on Vortex. If you look at the side where the legs are, they're using the frame system, that's for sure. But if you notice, the Swindle and Brawl were placed in the front of the frame system, where
Well,
in the
yeah,
so
because
I
that's how it should be.
right. But the thing is, like, if you remember, Superion and Metasaur, the Limbots were placed in the back of the frame system.
Yeah.
So maybe there must be something that's compensating for Swindle and Brawl to have them be the front of the frame of the legs.
Well,
the frame
I mean, like classically, their torso fronts, their body fronts are the front of the legs or their shins, you could say. You know what I was just thinking also though? Remember how Minosaur has Combiner Wars ports on the front or on the legs?
Combiner Wars ports. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
I remember that.
Maybe this is something similar.
It's a possibility.
And it might be that the parts count gets bumped up to Voyager because maybe they have the feet attached or like part of their robot in their robot mode,
Right. It could be like it's since we don't have clear pictures or anything, it could be anything. Like either idea, but like the way I would put it is that I'm not against any idea that we're throwing out there. I'm all for whatever we could come up with. Like every idea sounds good in my opinion until we see it.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think you nailed it with the two possibilities. Unless they throw in a monkey wrench and they came up with some other third crazy idea.
Right, that we didn't think about.
I think you pretty much hit it on the head with either idea.
Right.
It's just a matter of waiting and see at this point.
And the next one is Vector Prime.
Right.
So I'm wondering if he's going to be a reissue of the one we got last year.
I think he might be because he was a Voyager, wasn't he?
He was a Voyager. He was a Voyager, but he's also a retool of Jaxus.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is to give him more justice. Maybe they might make him they replace the Jaxus parts with more Vector Prime parts.
I mean, it would be nice,
So that's the only thing I could think of. But then here's the one that it's an interesting name. I'm assuming it's either a placeholder or it might be a new character. But it's called Trajan Prime Deluxe Jalopy. So,
yeah, I have a theory on that. And I may or may not be right about this, but I have a theory.
Right.
My theory is that jalopy is this. It's Archie's old car. It's the crossovers. That's what I think.
Sure, why not? Hey, it's anyone's guess right now, dude, because...
Yeah.
It's just... but, like, let me think. The only way I could think of is that if they're using as... Either they're using a placeholder name just for the heck of it, or there might be some meaning behind the placeholder name,
I mean, it could be. It could be just a placeholder.
Right. But that's one guy. The other one that's catching the other one underneath is Joyride. And Joyride, I believe that's based on the Power Master G1. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a dune buggy, if I'm not mistaken, or some kind of
something
buggy.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
actually, now that I think about it, he may be a retool of Beachcomber.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he's a retool of Beachcomber. Maybe get like more of like a visor, or just, not.
Yeah, they just put like the windows in and stuff.
Right, like a windows and just color. Like, I'm interested in him because he has a very unique color deco, where he's like kind of like a very
teal, right, and like red,
like a dark teal, teal and a burgundy.
Yeah.
And his head is white with a gold face. Like that's a fun deco.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
so I might get it just for the deco alone.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we haven't had a point blank since like 1980, 86, 87, 88, something like that. like
Point
since
Blank.
G1.
Wait, Point Blank. That's the.
Oh, I'm sorry because I'm looking at Point. I
Yeah,
meant Jorvan.
you're looking at this
I
dude
was
right
looking
here.
at the
Yeah,
list. That's why.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
meant
Point
Jorvan.
Blank. We already got Point Blank.
Yeah, he's probably
came.
just a refresh.
Yeah, a package refresh.
Yeah.
And Gravity just happened. Like one of my toys just fell in the back. So, but yeah, it's he's probably going to be a package refresh. But I'm kind of shocked that they're refreshing him of all figures. I didn't think he sold that well.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a pig warmer. Also, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just here in New York. I don't know.
Right, but hey, but the other guy we got here is Tailgate.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he's going to be a repaint of Windcharger.
Yeah, I forget. Was he on the list for this year?
I completely forgot. I mean, he might be, because I do remember having a conversation about Windcharger either with you or somebody where we
was me.
Yeah, like probably where I think I kind of commented that he seems more forgettable and everyone remembers Tailgate more than him. So chances are we might have talked about it but forgot about him too.
Yeah, I mean,
which proves my point if that's the case.
I guess. I mean, I remember Windcharger more than Tailgate.
Right.
But I know why people remember Tailgate more. It's because they would remember him from it's the IDW comics.
Yeah, the Lost Light.
Yeah.
So,
just in general, I think, it wasn't yeah. Anyway.
Right, but I think, but that's the good question. I'm wondering is he going to be based on G1 Tailgate, or are they going to try to, are they going to try to sprinkle a little bit of IDW Tailgate on it, like kind of like what they did with Whirl when he first came out?
You mean
Thrilling
way
30
back in
Whirl.
Generations line?
Yeah, Thrilling 30. Yeah,
Thrilling 30. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing was because Whirl, even though he's based on his G1 design, if you look really closely, they sprinkled a little bit of his IDW iteration. So that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. They're going to try their best to.
It's hard to say because Whirl and Roadbuster both come from this anime called Dorvac, and for the most part, it seems like they're trying to, like the prime directive, no pun intended, is to sort of like have all the figures be show accurate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for them to be like, oh, we're gonna do this, like it's the comic seems a little out of place as far as the direction that they're going with the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna be more like the show.
So yeah,
because he does show up.
He barely showed up.
But he does. I mean, there's character sheets out there for him. You know, character sheets and whatnot.
Well, whatever happens, I'm sure he's going to look great.
Yeah. And like always, he's going to be a retool of Windcharger.
Right. They may as well be brothers, right?
Yeah.
Are they brothers?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But in any case, we got Point Blank, Deluxe Fangry. So I'm wondering if he's going to be a package refresh of that Target 4-pack.
I think he will be. And they're gonna like slightly, for lack of a better term, update the paint work on him.
Yeah, his paint was horrible.
Or just like maybe slightly change the colors, like how they did with Trypticon.
Right.
So like instead of being black, he might be like a dark gray.
Yeah, dark gray. I think the hot, was it hot pink or violet?
It's like a magenta or it's
the magenta looked horrible.
Purpley pinkish type colors.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, it looked way too glossy from what I remember. Like not, I don't know. It's just the way it looked. It looked really bad from when I first saw it.
I mean, I thought it looked toy accurate.
Right. Anyways, that's like I'll probably look at it again. I'm like, what am I thinking, kind of thing. But in any case, he's a personal favorite of mine because the fact is the way they draw him is like the way they design his head is that it's for some weird reason it's organic.
Well, yeah, so are his limbs. Like his beast mode limbs.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of stuck out with him. Yeah. It's like he was a transmetal, but no one wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got him. Let's see, who was the other guy we got?
Oh, the
Angry
Unicron soldier.
Armada.
Oh yeah, Armada
Yep.
Megatron. That's a
Armada
little
Megatron
package
might be a
refresh.
package refresh. Yeah. So, but because we already got it, he was a pretty good figure from what I've seen from reviews.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I have him. Like, I've opened him. Yeah, I've taken him out of the
nice.
box. He's pretty cool. I mean, he doesn't have all the Minicom ports like he probably should, but he's a solid figure.
Yep. Yep. So we got the Unicorn Cron Soldier, and here's the thing about him: he's leader class.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's
I'm
interesting.
I'm wondering, like leader class is a very prominent spot, and it if it's not the right whoever this character is got to be a really good character to put him on that spot for a leader class.
I heard a theory about that it may
Okay.
be one of the Blentrons from Beast Wars Neo.
Which
But
one?
it could really be anyone. Like, it could be a hook, liner, sinker. It could be those guys that follow Unicron from the comics.
Right.
It's hard to say, really.
But here's a stretch, and again, this is a big stretch.
Hmm.
It could be a repaint retool of Galvatron, since Galvatron did work for Unicron at one point.
I mean, it's not improbable.
Right.
Though they did run that mold like 2, 3 times.
That doesn't stop Hasbro.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I'm hoping for an original mold, and if it is an original mold, I hope it's something that's gonna capture my imagination. So
Yeah, yeah.
but speaking of capturing imagination, Liege Maximo is also a leader class, and man, I'm excited for this dude because if you, for those who've seen the pictures, the few pictures we have of Liege Maximo, he's a very unforgettable design in
Well,
Transformers
I mean, his
franchise.
original debut is rather unforgettable. It's actually at the top of the page if you scroll up.
Exactly. So scroll up. Yeah,
Right
this is
there,
their.
dead center.
Yep.
Yep.
Like doesn't even look like a transformer. Like he just looks like a demon. Like a
Yeah.
cyborg demon with all those wires and stuff. Man.
That Derek Yaniger's art in that was just bananas.
Yeah, really gritty. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like there are newer interpretations of Liege Maximo. I
But
think
it doesn't
like the
compare
one
to
from
that.
the what is it? The not the Prime Universe.
Covenant of Prime, I think it was
Yeah,
called.
in the Covenant of Primus, he ends up looking more like Marvel's
Look,
comics Loki with the big horns kind of coming out from the front.
yeah, I
And whatnot.
disagree.
I mean, yeah, I
I
like this better. It definitely
yep,
looks more menacing and
yeah,
evil.
like exactly. Isn't
Um,
that what he's the prime of? Like I remember they say he was the prime of lies, but it's just does that interpret as evil?
I would not.
Ah,
You know.
so but yeah, Liege Maxwell, he's the one I already wrote him on my list, so
Yeah, like all the primes are on my list for sure.
nice. But I'm curious to know what kind of vehicle will they give him? Like, will they give him? They can't give him a beast mode because he's not the prime of beast. So
Yeah, exactly. That's on its prime.
yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna throw my idea in the bag and say he's gonna be like a very angry looking tank,
Probably.
maybe a tank with teeth or something.
But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna redo that though because Megatronus is already a tank.
Okay.
I mean, it's not improbable. I'm just saying. I don't know if they would do that just because.
Maybe a jet with tank with teeth.
Maybe.
Or how about how about this? A Formula One car with teeth.
Yeah. Okay. No. I hate to say no and shoot down that idea, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
But imagine if it did, and you'd be like, "Say, yeah, Rob, you were right
I can
all
see it
along."
as some sort of kind of like a Batmobile type of vehicle, kind of like how Master Megatron was in Galaxy Force.
Yep, exactly. That's why I was thinking about because like Master Galvatron was like a Formula One car ish thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In that case, then yeah.
All right, good, good to see you seeing it from my
Well, it helps when you
way I'm
explain
seeing.
it.
But yeah, but aside from leader classes, we got Commander, and this was an obvious one, Onslaught.
Yeah.
because he's probably gonna come with the frame for the Bruticus combiner.
Yeah, they're probably gonna extend his trailer just to throw any extra bits in there.
Yeah, that was my favorite part about Onslaught, was that he had that trailer. And like, I always, when I was a kid, when I owned the original one, I always placed I always placed Brawl on the trailer.
Yeah.
And there were other times I used them as kind of like a flight stand. I mean, I don't know what you call it, a launch pad.
Yeah.
For blast off.
Yeah. So. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it was. Like, I think the way I did it was like like how his legs had like that flap. So the back of his legs, So it was like this. So he stood up, and his arms were like kind of bent over. Like no, his arms are kind of like based like this, because this was like a G1 toy. And even though his head stuck out, I completely ignored the head. So.
Okay.
Again, imagination, kids.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's the other one, commander class, and that's the thing I'm wondering about.
Yeah, it doesn't. That could be anything. It's blank.
Might I throw my idea? I got an idea.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might be, since we have Star Optimus this year. So I'm guessing that next year, that commander class is Super Megatron.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that idea.
But since he's a commander class, he's going to be pretty short next to Star Optimus.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. Only because the closest thing that we have to Super Megatron is animated Megatron. And he was designed that way on purpose.
Actually, I remember Japan, they released an extensive retool of Titan Master.
Galvatron?
Yeah, Titan Master Galvatron. It's like an extensive retool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's a good retool. The only problem is that he was really short when you stand him next to the retool of Power of the Primes, Star Convoy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. And that was a retool of the regular Optimus from that line. And I have that. Like, that's a cool figure. Like, it's really oversized compared to, like, say, a Deluxe, but it's a really cool one.
Exactly. So if he does become a commander class, the big question is, are the designers compensate his height to match the Star Optimus we're getting this year?
That's a good question.
I know, it's just I don't know, man. Like, if what our speculations come true, that's gonna be like that's gonna bring me joy.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
It's like, oh crap, it is Star Super Megatron and stuff.
Yeah.
So all right, so commander class, and then we got some Age of the Prime exclusives. So I'm assuming this is going to be like the Target, Walmart, the Amazons.
I can tell you right off the bat, the first two are, I'm pretty sure, Walmart exclusives.
Wheelie?
Yeah, because it's a retro Wheelie and a retro Outback.
Ah.
And that's how they were labeled. That's how the gears in the Bumblebee is labeled.
Man, I guess I'm going to have to cut Outback off my list, because like I kind of want him. Because
yeah,
like he was the one with the Australian accent for some.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember him for. Is like, not until I use my Decepticon detector.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was like with Blaster, and Blaster was like, "Well, but you don't have a detector." But they don't know that.
Yeah, that was like his one like his highlight.
Well,
I don't think he ever showed. Did he show up at any other episodes, if you remember?
Yeah, Five Faces of Darkness, episode 5, when they're fighting Trypticon by the Ark. Like, he was pretty much. It seemed to me like he was kind of like in charge.
Oh, all right. Yeah, the only episode I remember is the one I just mentioned.
Yeah, that was, I think, was that Thief in the Night? No, actually, I think it might have been Five Faces of Darkness also.
So I guess that's his part. Right, so I guess that's his one episode.
Or 2.
Yeah. So Outback. So here's the one we it's a Selects combiner. So
actually, okay, can we just go back for a minute?
Yep.
That
Oh,
wheelie.
wheelie. Yes.
Do you really think that's going to be the wheelie that we're going to get in? Like, we had gotten the Studio Series one that was a core class. Do you think it's going to be that core class again? Because honestly, I don't think it is.
Well, okay. Here's the one thing I will say. If you notice, they didn't say deluxe. I'm noticing it now. It
Right.
says Trojan Retro Wheelie. It doesn't say Trojan Deluxe class wheelie or something like that.
Right.
So I could see it. If it said deluxe, I would say there's no way it's going to be that core class. But since I don't see it, I'm
So, by
guessing.
extension, are you saying that Outback won't be a deluxe?
Well, the only reason why I think he could be a deluxe is because the only character he could be a retool of Braun, and Braun was
Right, but then
a
wouldn't it
deluxe.
say deluxe?
I guess like I have no. If that's the case, I have no clue. So,
All right,
but
just something I wanted to throw out there because I feel like, because I that's like another theory I've heard from going over these lists that it may be a deluxe,
right?
and I don't think that's improbable. I think it's actually kind of likely that it might be a deluxe.
Yeah, if it is if that wheelie's a deluxe, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on him. So something tells me he might be we might have another Cosmo
situation.
Yes.
Or yeah, even Cosmos too. Yeah.
Right, because remember when he was exclusive to Walmart and
him and
the
Bumblebee
internet exploded
for the longest.
Right.
Yeah.
And the internet exploded, and I would say Soundwave to some extent, the Earthrise Soundwave.
Actually, you're right. The Earthrise Soundwave also was another like exclusive to actually.
But that was Target, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Target?
No.
He was Walmart as well.
He was Walmart.
Okay, so yeah,
because I had my sister looking for him, which means that he would have had to been at Walmart.
Right.
Because I could look at Targets here.
Exactly. So if that's the case, if that wheelie is a deluxe and if he's exclusive to Walmart, then we're gonna have another situation.
Yeah.
Where the internet is gonna explode trying to get him. So.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to wait 2 to 3 years for him to come to the main line.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be hard to find anyway.
Right. We'll probably get like a blue repaint down the road, and that's the closest we'll get, or some crap like that. But yes, but wheelie, and here's another one that's like the other ones are like like just making me a head scratch. Okay, the combiner ones, that's the Trojan Selects combiner. Your guess is as good as mine. The only thing I could say.
We've already got the it could be a G2 Menasor. That's my guess.
Yeah. A G2 Menasor, like, or maybe we'll see. That's the only thing that if that's what it is, I'm all for it.
I mean, what else can it be? It'll be. I feel like it might be too. Then again, it may be a G2 aerial bot set.
Right.
Because I think by then, yeah, we would have finished Superion.
Yeah, but I don't think we're doing multi-packs. So I can only imagine that if it is a pack, it's probably the closest I could think of is we might get Menasor. No, a few steps back. We might get G2 Motormaster. And just leave it at that.
But then why wouldn't it say Motormaster? And they've done combiner sets before. They did it with what's the show accurate version of Menasor?
Yeah, but that was Japan, I thought. Either it was Japan,
we got that too.
Or was that Hasbro Pulse? Because I remember it was like a special.
At this point, either way, it doesn't matter. They're the same.
Right. Okay. Well, in any case, this is that's why I'm scratching my head on who this could be. So
yeah, I'm thinking it could. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's probably a G2 combiner, either Superion or Menasor.
Well, if it is, I don't think it's going to be Superion. Because it's like again, this is just my thoughts. I think it's such a bad idea to. Well, they've done it before, but it's just I don't think it's a good idea to release a G2 repaint after the first one came out, like a year after the G1 version. So
I mean,
that's
you got to
just my
recoup the
thoughts.
cost on those molds.
Oh yeah, but I feel it might be better off they do it like a year or two later. But that's just me. But the multi-pack. So,
Wait, just going
but
back on the combiner. Like, I feel
yeah,
like
right.
actually, I think it's going to be the aerial bots, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
They already started doing the G2 characters
Oh really?
for Menasor. Sorry, for
Oh,
Menasor.
Menasor.
For Menasor, they started doing the G2 characters through Walmart.
Right. But they
Oh, wait
sprinkled
a
them.
sec. These are exclusives, right?
Yes.
Maybe they will do the Menasor. But it seems kind of weird.
Yeah, they've been sprinkling the. Well, it could. It
You know
could
what?
be. Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the combiner could be Motormaster?
Right. Because they've been sprinkling
Like
the G2
G2?
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they sprinkled the G2 guys like one here, one there, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So maybe it could be the Motormaster. Or maybe it could be a whole new set. Like,
Right.
well, let me rephrase it. Not a whole new set, but like, a G2 Menasor set. Or
Right.
possibly a Superion set.
Or it might like, or knowing Hasbro's weird thinking, it could be a set that's implied that they were combiners, and that's why they're using the combiner name just for the heck of it.
Then again, you know what? And this is just a crazy idea.
Yes.
Just kind of throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a retool Instructor. Yeah.
That would be interesting if it's Monstructor. I don't think it's gonna be a retool. It might be a repaint though. But
yeah, it might be a repaint. I kind of want it to be a retool though, because their monster modes are vastly different than from the dinosaur molds that they have.
I agree.
For Dino King.
Right, I completely agree. But the only thing I could think of is if your theory is true, they might try their best to recolor the Dino modes look as close to the not the monster modes, but
the robot modes?
the beast, the robot, the alt modes that the robots had.
Yeah,
I want to make that clear because like since they're both beast. So
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Right, but we'll see. I mean, that's not a bad. I'm more for that if that's the case.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, me too. And they better throw in the feet and the feet plates.
It could be that Dino King set.
Right, that's what I meant. Not the feet plate for the Dino Kings. Yeah.
Yeah, because Dino King did come with feet, hands, and a good set. So.
But don't they use the same hands as Volcanicus? Oh, completely different hands.
Right, completely different hands and everything.
Okay.
Because one of the arms, Dino King, Volcanicus, he only had this much of the arm.
Yeah.
And the Dino King, he had a new fist with a section of the forearm.
Right.
So, and I think, that's what I remember.
Like, has the same thing though.
No, well, if you like, I'll show you pictures. Let's see, sure? Volcanicus. Yes, I was super extensive when I purchased it. Okay, Volcanicus. When I purchased Volcanicus, no, I don't have Volcanicus. I saw pictures of Volcanicus because I was so meticulous looking at pictures of Volcanicus that give me a second, the Legacy Volcanicus. So okay, let's see. As I was very meticulous on the differences on Volcanicus and Dino King. So if you look here, see this picture right here, right? This one. Oh, of course you're going to do that. You see this is how much of the fist was in Volcanicus, whereas in Dino King, if you look at this picture, he had this section included and this piece right here is part of the fist. Whereas with Volcanicus,
so,
he had that much.
I get what you're saying. I was thinking of the left fist.
Right. Well, that's one.
The
Yeah.
left fist they look like they're the same.
Yep. They're this. Yeah. This is totally the same.
That's what I was looking at.
Actually.
So we were both right, essentially.
Yeah. Because the reason why I was using this because like this is my right arm. So.
Right. I mean that's why I didn't. Honestly, I haven't looked at my Volcanicus in so long. In full disclosure, I have yet to open up my Dino King. So
he's a great figure.
I know. I'm sure he is because the Volcanicus is at best decent, and I know there's upgrades on the Dino King. So.
Yes, dude. So yeah, the combiner, the Tron
Monstructor.
Yep. Here's hoping it's Monstructor.
Yeah.
So, but Trojan. So let's move on to the multi-pack. I'm assuming this is the Target thing that just came out not too long ago.
Oh,
and we'll be talking about that.
Remember, this is 2026, early 2027.
Okay.
But yes, this is most likely the Target 4-pack that we seem to get like every year now. Right. What it's going to be, I have no fucking idea.
It would
because it could be anything. Like I was not expecting a spoilers for what we just found out.
We'll be talking about later.
Yeah, I was not expecting an animated Nemesis Prime.
An animated Nemesis Prime, yeah. Or
I mean, the Ultra Magnus. I figured it's gonna be a White Optimus.
Right. Yes. We'll talk about that later. So,
yeah.
But the multi-pack, it could be anybody, but whoever it is, it's going to be a very pleasant surprise. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So here we got Timeline's Optimus Prime and Starscream.
That's probably Hearts of Steel, right?
Well, Hearts of Steel is this year.
Is it this year?
Yes. Okay. Well, because I remember the details on this new subline called Timelines that the whole idea behind this is that they're going to release two packs,
right?
And they're going to be one 2-pack is going to be Optimus and Starscream, the other 2-pack is going to be Bumblebee and Megatron,
right?
And the whole Timelines concept is that it's going to be based on a new theme, and like this Timeline's packaging offering is Hearts of Steel. So next year's Timelines, it could be anything.
Right.
So like it could be, just throwing my hat, it could be Transtech.
Oh, Transtech, yeah. Okay.
It could be Transtech. Just granted, cool. Even though Bumblebee never was a Transtech, but I'm just spitballing ideas. It could be Transtech. It could be, let's see, what's another crazy iteration?
Like I was saying, I don't know, like dinosaurs. I don't know.
Was there
not that I'm aware of? No.
Right, but you get what I'm saying. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be another popular iteration from a comic book. Like it could be IDW for all we like. It could be IDW's interpretation, or like it could be anything. That's all I could say.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of, I guess, a wait and see sort of thing.
Right. I'm hoping it's Transtech because I would love.
That would.
We need
cool.
some Transtech love.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of got some in the past through the fan club, but
but that wasn't enough in my opinion. I wanted original toys.
Yeah.
So.
I know. I mean, I'm sure you've seen pictures of the prototypes. Those things were amazing. It's a shame.
Yeah, bananas. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's now here's another one. Is Trojan Sky? Now the only name we got is Sky.
Yeah.
So Sky.
I don't know.
Oh, holy crap! If it's Sky Gary, that's gonna be crazy, man. Like another. I'll be like, wow. Oh, Sky Gary, man.
I mean, yeah.
I say crazy in a good way. I want to make that clear. When I say I say crazy in a good way.
Right?
So,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not against it because like he's an obscure guy, but like he holds a special place in my heart. I will say that.
He's kind of obscure. I mean, I'm pretty sure if any city that has like a bootleg scene, people of our age most
Exactly.
likely would know what Sky Gary is, just not know it's Sky Gary.
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember when he came out. Like, oh, let me take a few steps back. I remember when I got back into collecting Transformers, like
Hmm.
around when I was like in my late teens,
Yeah,
that I would buy anything and that looked like a Transformer. And I remember Sky Gary was one of those guys. Like, I had no clue who he was, but I
yeah.
knew he was a Transformer. But then let me say, let me rephrase that. He could transform, so I just bought him anyway. But then later on, I just found out he was a transformer,
Yeah.
but he was like in a was a unique sud line and stuff. So
He was no, he was well, he was from the Japanese line. He was from
mm-hmm.
uh,
Battlestars.
I think it was Battlestars. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so like if it's Sky Gary, that would make me happy.
No, wait, was he in Zone? No, he was
He
in
was
Zone.
not in zone,
He was not in
but
Zone.
okay, he was not in zone, but Battlestars was a continuation of zone.
Yeah, which is basically the Japanese timeline.
Right. That's which is where Star Convoy, aka Star Optimus, came out.
Yeah.
Then as well as Super Megatron and stuff, which was it was just art.
Yeah.
So, but so yeah, if it's Sky Gary, that's going to be an interesting choice. Yeah, like dude,
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it to you before, but ever since they revealed Star Optimus, who was based on Star Convoy from the Battlestars line, that there's a part of me that's hoping we'll eventually see
Grandis? Yeah.
Grandis, yeah. And I would love to
Yeah.
get Grandis. Like I don't know how they're gonna make him, especially since everything's all about articulation. But
Uh, yeah. I mean, he's really more of a place than anything.
that's why I love him. Like he's got like his elevator and everything, and he's got the greatest transformation ever. If you remember, like
Oh yeah.
he just lays down his back because he's a big boy. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember. I didn't they use him in a Yusha series also?
yes, they did. They
Was it
used him,
Dogma?
Sky Gary. Yep, Dagwan. They used him in Dagwan.
Yeah.
Yep, that's another dude. So, well, let's see. So Sky, and then we got something. I'm guessing this is going to be a San Diego exclusive.
Yeah. SDCC. Yeah.
Yeah, San Diego Comic Con exclusive. So that could be anybody.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. That could be anyone. Yet
it
again.
could be, yeah. So, but the only thing, if based on my experience of seeing releases on SDCC, it's usually somebody that we kind of want, but like is very out there. But it's like a guy you kind of want. So,
What do you mean, kind of out there?
well, like it's very unique, but for some reason he's like a very, but it's like both a unique character, but someone that everybody wants at the same time.
Like Jetfire or Devastator?
Jetfire, Devastator. Yeah, didn't it? I remember one time it was like
They've
one
done
was like
both.
they done both, and it was like I remember one time they released Jetfire, but then they released it with a bunch of other figures along with him, and
Right.
like one of them they actually had like one of the Visionaries,
Yeah.
Leoric, and I was like, there was a part of me that kind of wanted it just for Leoric alone. So,
I kind of wanted it for Rom, but because
mhm.
there was a Rom in there also.
Yeah, and he was like a 3 3/4.
Hmm.
So that's what I meant. Like it's like something unique that you kind of want, but is and stuff. So
I mean, but I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like they're not that unique. They're just you know, like slight repaints and whatnot.
right.
And this year we got Jetfire again, but with two O-ring figures from the characters from Void Rivals at Skybound. So I kind of
I
want to get
heard
that
that.
set, but I'm not.
How many Jetfires you own so far?
I own one. No, I own two.
Yeah, you own the Shattered Glass one, right?
No, I own the classics version.
Oh, right.
Unless
Yes,
his
but
name's Skyfire, in that case I don't own him. I only own one then.
Like I'm still wondering how come we haven't had like a story where Skyfire meets Jetfire.
Because Harmony Gold.
Ah, gotcha. Yes, copyrights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, let's see, SCC, and then we got this other one. It's called the Asia the Prime Sentinel Artifact Pack.
Yeah,
So,
what do you think? I'll
well,
let you go first.
uh, I'm a little. There's a part of me that's thinking this is gonna. It's gonna be kind of like a items pack,
Yeah.
but Hasbro doesn't release item packs.
What are you talking about? They did with the Centurion. That was like a
Centurions.
repaint of Brunt into gray.
Oh, but with him, but that's okay. So how about this? I think it's an accessory pack, but then who's the figure it's gonna come with?
It might be a repaint of those green robots that Shockwave was using in an episode of G1.
All those guys.
Yeah, with like the dome head and like
the dome head. Okay, so what figure you think could emulate that character?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Could be a new mold.
I doubt they're doing. I'm guessing if what you're saying could be true, I'd say it's got to be a repaint of an existing mold.
Yeah, you're right. I just can't.
Because like all the tooling is going to be focused on the artifacts.
Yeah.
Or the other idea I came up with is that since Age of the Primes, each of the 13 primes are coming with their own unique artifact. So maybe this pack will have all the artifacts in one packaging. Kind of like Solas's hammer.
Saying.
Yeah, like Solas hammer.
Right, but they all
Creation
come
Matrix
with those things. So, I'm trying to look at it from Hasbro's perspective.
Right.
And that doesn't seem to make sense to me.
I get what you're saying, but it's just that's the only thing I could think of when I hear.
Then again,
maybe
they'll do it like, I don't know, like chromed or a clear version. That's
right.
a possibility.
That's what I'm saying. Like it'll probably be those artifacts, but treated differently. I don't know, like
a repaint or something,
or clear or like blue plastic.
Yeah,
or
like clear blue plastic,
or something like that. So it could be anything. It's just when I hear the word artifact, that's the only thing I could think of when it comes to the 13 primes, that they all have their artifacts.
But then again, Sentinel, because it's not like Prime's artifact; it's Sentinel Artifact Pack.
How about this? It could be this. It might be a stretch because this comes from this is like something I brought up on one of the details on Mark Mayer's interview,
which we'll be discussing in a little later.
Yes, it could be Prima Prime colored like Sentinel Prime from the cartoon.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because he was like blue. He's blue orange,
right? Yeah,
yes,
blue and orange.
Yeah, blue and orange, like a tangerine orange. Yes.
Yeah. I like that idea. That's a good idea, Rob.
Yep. So I do my best. So, but that's what I'm thinking. Because like I remember when I was a kid, I was always fascinated by that character. Like the vehicle mode was so weird. Like it looked like a bullet train, but not.
Yeah, like a bullet train with a truck.
Yeah, it's like a truck bullet train hybrid, or even looks like a wagon to some degree.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. So let's see, Sentinel, and then we got this one called DTC Pro Pack. So your guess is as good as mine.
All I know is that DTC probably stands for direct to consumer, because they did that
with
G.I. Joe also.
Mm-hmm.
The rest is anyone's guess.
Yes, but moving on, we got the Predacon, the Beast Wars Predacon Multi-Pack. So the only thing I could think of is going to be Earthrise Predacons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I could think of. So let's see. Let me check real quick. So Yep. So, anyways, dude, the Predic. Well, let me just collect my thoughts. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the multi-pack. Like I'm thinking either the multi-pack. Yep, it might be the multi-pack of let's see, what's his name? What's his name? Let's see, Tarantulas, Earthrise Tarantulas.
Okay.
Let's see, Earthrise Scorponok.
Ooh.
Waspinator, and maybe that exclusive, because I remember straight to consumer, because I remember Pterosaur, he was only like available to the Mattel Creations website. Was it Mattel? No, Mattel. Hasbro, the Hasbro website. I caught myself.
You did.
I caught
You did.
myself.
I
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
that. You did catch yourself.
I caught myself. Yeah, the Hasbro, because I remember Hasbro website. It was like it was like the only way you can get them was the only way you can get Pterosaur was through the Hasbro website. So I'm guessing that that's what this multi-pack says. It's going to include Pterosaur, Scorponok, like, because there's usually like number packs of 4. So
right. Okay. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Here's my 2 cents, and I'm going based on what Target does, where they throw in a Voyager with 3 Deluxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Voyager, Silverbolt, either the Universe version or
Talking about the purple one.
yeah, the purple one. Or oh crap, I had it. Oh, or possibly Windraiser, which was a BotCon exclusive figure.
Yes.
And then it'd be perfect. Take Scorponok, but you make him Sandstorm, which was the opposite Windraiser. Like they came out the same year.
Right.
Waspinator, you could do into Buzzsaw, but I think did we get a Buzzsaw already?
Yes, we got a Buzzsaw.
Yeah, in the Target 4-pack, right? So not Waspinator.
We didn't get him in a Target 4-pack, but we did get him.
Oh,
but like,
that's right. Okay, yeah. So, but either way, we got Buzzsaw. So not a Waspinator Buzzsaw. Laserbeak from Pterosaur.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I guess we need a 4th one. I ran out of ideas.
How about
who
this?
To repaint.
I'll just throw in just a random thought. It could be Tarantulas, but toy colors.
Because
it is different enough. Wait. We already got toy colors Tarantulas.
Yeah.
So
which toy colors are you talking about?
Was it the orange with the silver head?
That wasn't even the actual toy. That was just a prototype. But yes, we got that already.
Right. Yeah, but it could be anybody. Like I would have said Inferno, but we already got
Antagony.
Yeah, we already got Antagony, so
yeah. But yeah.
But
yeah, you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but I get what you're getting at, but I think it's not going to be a repaint. Because like this is going to be for the anniversary, because next year.
I don't know.
But
I get what you're saying, and
yes,
you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like what I'm saying also could work.
Right.
So we both have valid, good ideas, I think.
Yes. But whatever it is I'll be surprised if it's either or amalgamation of both.
Yeah, it would be. Honestly, I feel like I would be happy as long as they're new characters or characters that we haven't gotten before that could easily be repainted.
Right.
Another character, kind of like how we got like Shadow Panther and Cheetor.
Even though
they probably should have used a Tigatron mold because Panthers are bigger than cheetahs, but technically they're not tigers. Tigers, I think, are bigger if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you get the idea.
Yeah. I know what you're getting at. Like I remember, but going on that tangent, I will say that I had so much fun collecting that Tigertron where he's based on like
The prototype, the orange one.
the orange
Yeah,
one with the
yeah,
mutant head.
the
Like
mutant egg. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah, that was fun. But aside from the other packs, this is the one that called me like, is the next one is Red Alert Minicon pack. So
Minicons.
yes, I'm
That
thinking it's
that
gonna
makes me
be
happy. I like
yep,
minicons.
me too.
Uh,
Like I'm thinking it's gonna be Red Alert, but maybe it's gonna be the orange and
I
white
think it's
gray
like the
one.
super version. Yeah, yeah, the orange and like white version.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
orange and
I
white,
agree.
and it's
That's
gonna
been the
come with
consensus on that from what I've seen from the
yes,
list.
and then he might come with Long Arm, or is that his name?
I think
The
so.
the Minicon partner,
Yeah, yeah, I think that was his name because he was a
right?
crane. So
Yep, a very tiny crane,
yeah,
but yeah, that's I think we can agree that could be what it is. But
yeah.
the other one is Trajan Agent of Prime Energon 4-pack.
Or well, it's just Energon
Energon 4.
4.
Yeah, Energon 4. So, hmm.
Okay, so
Yes. Yes.
based on previous lists,
Mm-hmm.
my hope, and I'm not even going to speculate. It's hope here.
Yes.
I'm hoping it's another Pretender because that's what they
Okay.
used when the Pretenders were on the list.
Right.
They had
Energon
them labeled
Beast.
as Energon monsters, but still they might have just dropped the monster part and just.
They're not the Energon part. So you thinking Energon is placement for a
I'm
Pretender?
hoping it's for a Pretender.
Okay. So how about this? This is more of a wish list for. Seems like this is a wish list for you. So who would you like to see?
Um, Honestly, I would love anyone, but if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick the most obvious answer so everyone can be fucking happy about it and say Bludgeon. Like, oh wait, this is gonna be an exclusive, right? Fuck,
Yeah,
no, it
could
can't be
be.
Bludgeon because we already got Bludgeon anyway.
Right.
We got him twice.
Okay, while you're giving your choice, here's my thoughts. Uh, I would like to see Submarauder.
I kind of want to say, what's his face? Stranglehold?
Stranglehold. Which one was that?
He was like this
Right, yeah,
strongman
yeah,
guy in the Pretender show, but he was like a rhino, like an
yeah.
orange green rhino.
The human pretender in the
Mm-hmm.
Decepticons group.
Yeah,
Because we never got him as I mean, any iteration of him.
yeah, we never got any iteration of him. Not since
Yeah, because
G1.
we totally got Octopunch like twice.
That's wait. Are you
We got
including
him.
G1 when you say twice?
Well, okay. I'm when I say.
Oh no, wait, you're right. That
I'm
big
talking about
like
beyond
hovercraft
G1.
one.
Yeah, that hovercraft that was based on the sea spray.
Yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, sorry, it
Yeah,
took me a minute to remember.
yeah. Then
And then
later
we
on he
got the
came in
little,
Titans. Yeah, the little
yeah, the
Titans
Titan
Return
Master
one.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, that one I
Yes.
remembered right off the bat. It's the
Yes.
hovercraft one. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because I
It
think
took
he
me a
was
minute.
he was a BotCon exclusive.
Was he? I thought he was like some sort of store exclusive. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I know. Well, whatever the case, he wasn't exclusive. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, that's a. Yep. Hey, if it's Stranglehold, I'd be happy for that. You can finally get the. You can
The
finally
Mayhem.
get that mini collection.
Yeah, with the Mayhem
complete.
Attack Squad. Yeah.
Yep, the Mayhem Attack Squad. Even though all the scales are off, but
I mean, that's one thing that bothers me about when they did the Pretenders earlier.
yes,
Not earlier, but like recently within the Legacy line.
right.
It's like you had, was it Skogren is a deluxe, Iguanis is a core class, and Bombers was a core class also. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys
Right.
doing? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Pretenders. I love what they did with them for the most part.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Like stick to a size scale and stay there. Like either
Yeah.
you give me all core class or you give me all deluxes. Don't mix it up because
Right.
that's just stupid. Or if you're gonna do core classes, do the Pretenders that were like, if they were just a robot, would be core class back in G1. So that'd be like your Bludgeon, your Striking Hold, your Octopunch. Those three guys were like the little ones. And then
Yes.
guys like Submarauder and Iguanus, they were all the full size ones. Make them the deluxes.
Right.
Like I would
Yeah.
have been
Well,
okay with that.
the other thing I would say is that I like, strangely enough, I like the core class pretender monsters.
Yeah,
But when they released Skullgrin, he looked cool, but it's just
it's kind of mid.
I would have, yeah, his robot mode was awesome in my opinion. It's just that vehicle mode is where
Yeah,
I lost my interest.
that's why he's mid.
Yes.
He's mid.
Like
Yeah.
I wish they found a way to make that tank mode look more angry.
Honestly, I feel like they might have his tank mode might have gotten a little nerfed because they were also trying to get that the G2 soldier guys from the multi-pack in there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that they need to make it a little generic or
Right.
compensate for other possibilities or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wish they, because like I remember when it came to Skullgrin, that fan mode everyone made for him was like something I would have preferred. But since it's not, but it wasn't enough to convince me to buy him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Energon Beast. I mean, well, let me phrase that. Energon 4 could be anybody.
Could be anybody, anything. For
Yep.
all we know, they might just drop it.
Yes.
This is like next year, like super preliminary.
Yeah, 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, but Studio Series. So we're gonna move on to Studio Series, I guess. So the first one is a Titan. So I don't know, man. Your guess is good. It could be anyone. It could be anyone from the movies, from any of the live action movies.
Could be an Omega
I don't know.
Supreme, for all we know.
But was Omega Supreme?
Oh no, he wasn't in the movie. But this is Studio Series.
I got some ideas.
Okay.
So first off, I'm gonna throw out the idea that, like, a bad idea, I guess I could say.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Age of Extinction Grimlock in scale, because like technically he's supposed to be huge next to Optimus.
Way bigger than Optimus. I
right.
remember that.
And I think that might be a thing that Hasbro as a business will be interested in, because like who doesn't like dinosaurs? So
yeah.
That's true. That's what I'm thinking. It could be Titan class Grimlock.
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's the business idea.
Sure.
So, but here's the idea. The fan idea is that since we have Gamerverse, Gamer Edition,
right,
in this offering of Studio Series, it could be War for Cybertron, either War for Cybertron Trypticon or War for Cybertron Omega Supreme.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
So those are the two. Those are the fan in me would like War for Cybertron Trypticon or Omega Supreme, but the business part of me thinks it's gonna be Age of Extinction Grimlock. Yeah. So those are the two ideas.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Right. Either one or all of
them. The Gamer Edition stuff.
Right. Especially
either one.
Yeah.
But I like that idea. Like, make it because like Omega Supreme was not in the movie. Technically, I mean, he existed, but he wasn't in the movie, and Trypticon wasn't in the movie either. So that kind of rules him out. Plus, if it were in the movie, now that I'm looking at this list again, it would say 86.
Yeah, but
so that leaves either the live action movies or the Gamer Edition.
Yes, but I'm thinking it could be Trypticon because he's kind of like a wannabe Godzilla to some degree. So
you know what?
And Godzilla is hot due to the legendary films.
You know what? I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it from a business point of view, I think it might be the Omega Supreme, and I'll tell you why. If it is a Gamer Edition Titan.
Yes.
Who's the Titan for this year? Or is it next year?
Well, the Titan for this year is Star Optimus.
No, wait. Basically, aren't they doing a show-accurate Trypticon? I think it's this year.
Right. Oh, I see where you're getting at. You're getting cartoon color accurate.
Yeah.
Trypticon.
Exactly. Is that a post exclusive? I think that's what it is, right?
I don't know where it's being sold, but I know
It's
it's
this year,
happening.
right?
But I know it's exclusive. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and it's for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a little. 2026 is a little too soon to be
Right.
doing another Triptychon. It's been a while since they've done an Omega Supreme. I think if they're gonna do a
Need that
Gamer Edition,
license.
it's gonna be the Omega.
Yeah, but here's my thoughts on if though I don't mind having that War for Cybertron Omega Supreme,
Mm-hmm.
but if we were to get a Titan class Omega Supreme anytime from now to the future, I want animated Omega Supreme, and I feel like
Oh yeah, that wasn't that. I because I know we've had this discussion
mm-hmm.
in person before. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure that was. I think I'm not that I would normally speak for you, but I'm pretty sure we both wanted that in the past.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
I've
yeah,
always
that'd be
wanted
awesome.
Omega.
That would be
I've always
awesome.
wanted an animated Omega Supreme because he was so cool in
Yeah.
that show.
He's Omega Supreme and he's also the Arc.
Yep. I
Badass.
love the fact that even he knows he's Omega Supreme, even though he loves that he's Omega Supreme because
Yeah.
his catchphrase is "I am Omega Supreme," and that was like his battle cry.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh
the way he
man.
says it, "Omega Supreme."
I missed that show. That was a great show.
Yeah. Oh, funny you should mention that. I'll probably have to send you some links online. There's this fan who's like a mega fan of animated Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
That he actually got in contact with some of the voice actors, including David Kay,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually made he made two series. Like one is a series of let me try to collect my thoughts. It's he added all the cuts, like the deleted scenes,
Okay.
or scenes from the script that got cut off for the show,
Right.
and he actually reanimated it with a
Oh
team
shit.
with the
Okay.
voice actors. With the
Dude.
actual, I want to make that clear. Well, not all of them, but he got as many of the voice actors who played those roles
Mm-hmm.
to reprise their role to do the voices
Yeah.
for the deleted scenes.
That's cool.
That's one thing. The other thing he did, which is it's online, it's on YouTube. I'll probably leave a
Leave a
link.
link in the description.
Leaving the link in the description.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the guy's name. I want to make that clear, but I kept my eye on his YouTube channel. He actually got the guy who did Headmaster to voice a unique I don't know, call it an audio comic book.
Yeah.
An audio comic book where he got the guy who did Headmaster to reprise his role as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Share the links in the description.
Right. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I love for me, again, this is just my opinion. I feel Transformers animated is a sleeper hit, and I'm saying it in a very nice way because I remember from my perspective that a lot of people were very against animated when it first appeared, but then once we actually got animated running, everyone fell in love with it, and I feel like it's animated. It's a special series, in my opinion. I feel like it kind of became the forefather of future animated shows.
I get what you're saying, and I respectfully disagree.
Okay.
I don't think it was a sleeper hit. I just think it's underrated.
Yes. Okay, that's a better word. It is underrated.
I mean, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just saying, I think it's underrated.
Yes.
It's really well written. The characters are really well designed. Rest in peace, Derek.
Yep.
Derek and I share the same birthday. Not the same year, but same birth date.
Of course, yes.
So rest in peace, Derek
Yes.
K. Wyatt. Yeah, and there were such good storylines in that. I wish we had gotten another season, at least one more season, because if I remember correctly, they would have shown more stuff on Cybertron.
Yep, there was more stuff on Cybertron. They were gonna Jetfire and Jetstorm were gonna have a bigger role.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff that was gonna happen in that.
Yep. Well, again, that's why I wanted to bring up that thing I mentioned to you that they're doing. Oh, and I'll just to throw another thing. they also released an audio comic. It's you gotta purchase it online, but I think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Is they made another special audio comic,
Mm-hmm.
and where the villain again, like they really promoted it, saying that this is kind of like their send off to Derek J. Wyatt,
Mm-hmm.
because in this audio comic they're making, the villain happens to look like Derek J. Wyatt. I think he called him the Toy Maker or something. So
Yeah, I think he shows up in the Allspark Almanac.
you see, so yeah, they made a special. This is like kind of like their love letter to Derek J. Wyatt and stuff. So yeah, I'll send you the link, and maybe one day we can talk about it, because it's. I mean, it just kind of continues the legacy of what animated was all about. Why everyone loves it so much.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, even like the people at BotCon, they kind of had further adventures of the animated team.
Yep.
So.
Oh, you're talking about that
Like
that live reading?
job?
The Decepticon job? Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. I also remember that and I actually watched it, and I enjoyed just watching it, where they actually had I'm trying to think, they kind of did like a script writing,
reading? Yeah.
A script reading, a live script reading, where they actually got Susan Blue to play RC.
Yeah.
I mean, in that script reading, and I think it had the what do you call it, the junior headmasters in it.
Oh yeah, I think they made that into a book also.
Yep.
Yeah, because I have that book.
Oh man, but
that book.
I remember when I saw the YouTube video where someone recorded the script reading.
Okay.
Man, Susan Blue, she never lost a step. Like
no, yeah.
like the moment you hear that voice, it hits you right in the heart.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a good one too. But yeah, again, I'll send you the link. So
yeah, well, if anything, share it with the rest of the audience.
Yes, of course.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe.
So, anyways, back to the list. What time is it? Like, we're still on the list, man.
We'll finish the list and go on break.
Yeah. So let's see. Role play, a pseudo series role play. So I'm guessing it's a role. Yep. Exactly.
It's the Matrix.
Yep. Well, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a big fan of role play toys. I know there's a place for it, but it's just.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to see. If it is the Matrix, yeah. No offense to people who love the Matrix, but I would love it if it actually were the Star Saber.
Yes, the Star Saber.
It's got to be the Armada. You know what? I should actually just get the Armada Star Saber.
Right. Oh, you talking about that
toy
old one
that came out before?
Yep. Either way, man. But yeah, I think it's gonna be. Would it be such a troll move if it's the movie Matrix?
Oh my god, that would totally be like such a troll move.
Yep.
Shit, you know what? You might be right.
Oh, it could be the Allspark, but as a Rubik's Cube. It can't transform, right?
No, it just moves around like a Rubik's Cube. So, yeah.
Or how about this? Hear me out. I'm actually gonna go with this. How about it is the Allspark, but its transformation gimmick is that it's this big, but they could transform to this small.
So from large to small Matrix. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Allspark. Yeah. Yeah, like they found a way to sandwich, like they do all the panel work.
I mean, they are doing some pretty amazing things with panel work nowadays with Transformers.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my. I'm actually more open to that than the Matrix. Like,
yeah. The Matrix would be cool though.
Yeah,
because it'd be like a more affordable version. Because I'm pretty sure they've done one before, but it was like really expensive.
Yeah, there was a premium version of the Matrix with lights and everything. Yeah. So, but anyways, either idea, I'm cool. Well, either idea except the actual the movie Matrix, which is that weird knife looking thing. So.
Oh, from the live action movies.
Yeah, the live action movie, like not that, but I'm open. Like I'm cool with the that.
Yeah, that Matrix.
studios, the '86 movie Matrix, or my idea of the first movie Allspark, the
or the
live
Armada
action one.
Star Saber.
Yes, either of those ideas.
Oh, actually, you know
So,
what? Why not a Requiem Blaster from Armada?
right, we never got a Requiem Blaster from Armada, but again, this is
What are you
Studio
talking about?
Series, so
There is
we
one.
that okay. I know what you're talking about. That is a blaster, but it's not the Requiem Blaster.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I
Dude,
think I
look it
know.
up on the wiki. It's the
Okay,
Requiem Blaster. Those mini cons turn into the Requiem Blaster.
I know they could turn, but I never saw. I don't remember a role play version of the
Oh
Requiem
yeah,
Blaster.
no, we never got a
That's what I
roleplay
meant.
version.
That's what I was talking about. Because
Oh, okay, yeah.
since the subject is role play, so
You're right. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, no,
yeah,
we never did get one, but it would be great if we did.
yep. Yeah, so that would be cool. But aside from these great ideas, we got like a very questioning idea, which is '86 Blitzwing, and
Repack.
yeah, repack, maybe more accurate colors. But I'm surprised that they're even considering Blitzwing because he didn't sell that well, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't
I
think he
think he
sold that
sold
well.
well.
Yeah,
At
but he
least
was
like
poorly
near me, he
reviewed.
sold well.
But he's poorly reviewed, so
Hmm. It's those extra weapons crap.
right.
Because
But yeah,
I thought
but
he was pretty solid. Like mine had a hinge that was kind of a little loose, but other
right.
than that, like I thought it was a great figure.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like him. So like that's what I'm.
Because a lot of
That's
people
what
are
I.
haters, and we don't
Yeah,
like haters. We
of
don't hate.
course.
We appreciate.
But yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a package refresh. I think they're gonna make him more accurate to the colors.
Yeah, you're
Like
right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no. You. I was done when it comes to
Okay.
Blitzwing. So, but the other one is TF7 Scourge. I think this is a good choice. I know it's a live action movie, but I think it's a good choice because he was hard to find when he first came out because like this is during we were still going through the pandemic era and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, and just going back to the Blitzwing for a minute, like you
Yes.
said, it's just going to be like a show accurate version, and yeah, it probably will be. You're right. It
With
probably
lighter
will be just like
colors.
more like paying that more accurate to the movie, but it's
Yeah,
still going
like
to be the same Blitzwing that we've gotten before. I'm sure of it.
yeah. I'm happy with my overcharge. So
Oh, you got the overcharge?
yeah, I got them
Yeah.
on sale when Amazon had like a discount.
Oh yeah.
So hmm
Did you
I don't
tell me
remember
about that?
when. I don't remember. It happened. It was like one of those like a daily discount where
Oh,
it
okay.
only lasted for 1 day.
And, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I got him. I got overcharged, so I'm cool with that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
repurpose him as leader one. So,
Yeah, that's right. You did mention that before.
yeah, I constantly keep bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should share that story, but yeah, he's gonna be to me. He's gonna be leader one. So
Yeah. Yeah. And
so
speaking of repaints, you
yep,
got
86
Cyclonus.
Cyclonus. Yep. I'm surprised by this one because Kingdom is pretty like on point
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. If anything, they might make him a bit more bluer. I guess. I don't know.
with his purple.
Yeah. Like it might.
I'm one.
Because there were some episodes where it was a little bit more blue than purple. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, yeah. I it's coming back to me, but
Yeah.
like it's just that I always remember him being like a tint, but there's always like a tint of purple. But like I remember he was like a bluish purple.
Yeah.
Or how about this? Maybe they got the name wrong. It could be the Armada.
Yeah, that's totally what it is. It's Armada.
Cyclonus the warrior and his Armada. I'm thinking that was a fluke,
Yeah.
like kind of like a misreading or some crap like that.
Yeah.
But it just made it to like Transformers lore.
Yeah. So obviously they didn't do a very good job of checking those scripts.
Yes. So going forward, we got Transformers 4 Optimus Prime Evasion mode. So I'm guessing it's going to be that flat nose truck Optimus
Okay. Yeah.
from the fourth movie.
Is that the
So
one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yep, that's the one with
Yeah,
Mark
yeah, okay,
Wahlberg
it's probably that
where
one.
Prime was a fugitive.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping it's cool. That's all I could say.
yeah, because I mean,
That was kind of like my favorite of all the new Prime designs we got.
really?
I mean, I'm talking about movie Prime because
No,
like
yeah,
he
yeah, I
actually
know.
transformed into the flat nose truck,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
made it work.
yeah. No, that actually did look good. I mean, you know me, I normally don't go too crazy over or crazy enough, depending on how you look at it, over the
Yes,
movie toys, and as you know, I don't really own a lot of movie toys, and whatever movie toys I own, it's either going to be a Soundwave, which is probably why it's a deluxe or bigger,
yes,
or they're like core class figures because
yep.
like
Though,
they speak to me for some
yes,
reason. Like I got the Devastator because it combined into Devastator.
right. Well, my stance when it comes to movie toys, toys based on the live action movie, it's a very mixed. But I will say that the ones that capture my interest the most are the ones based anything after the Bumblebee movie,
Yeah,
because like once they released the Bumblebee movie, a
that's
lot
not
of
a
the
lot of
trans
figures.
yes they're not, but it's just I'm not saying I'm also including the Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I meant by after the
No,
Bumblebee
I
movie.
know, but
So
like that's it. It's like two movies, which actually,
exactly,
like I'm laughing, but you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I own. I don't own. I own like all the Rise of the Beast figures that came with like the little Minicon Target
yeah,
Masters.
yeah, like those little the little mini like, where they turn into weapons. Like
Right, and then they have like a beast mode. So like
yep,
I have like I would have like my Optimus Primal holding Optimus Primal because
right,
he
yes,
turns
I know
into a
what you're saying.
gun.
Yep.
You know,
Uh,
I
yeah.
like those guys though. Those were cool. They were fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, man, you made me lose my train of
Oh, I'm
thought.
sorry, dude. It's just
I know what you're saying. Okay, well, the point I was trying to make
oh the
was
EV
that
Prime. Yeah,
the Bumblebee, like aside from EV Prime, but like I kind of got interested in the Transform designs after Bumblebee because they actually became a little more like the designers actually put more care to make it look more like this like G1
yeah. They,
and
they
movie at
didn't
the
look
same time.
like broken shards of glass. Yeah,
Right, pretty much. So yeah, like the sound, the movie sound, the one from Bumblebee. I love that figure.
yeah.
So
I have that one too. The Series One. Obviously because it's Soundwave, but
mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, yeah. There's some really cool designs. Like I don't own it, but like I've I've looked at the Brawn from Bumblebee a lot because we had one
Mm-hmm.
over at the Museum of Nostalgia at 3127 31st Street in Story, New York. But
Yes.
yeah, no, some of the designs for that movie are really cool. I mean, are they cool enough for me to buy? No, but I think about it a little bit harder before I say no. you know,
Yeah.
so the
Well.
designs are really cool, and I have a lot more respect for those designs than I
Mm-hmm.
do for like anything before Bumblebee,
Right. So
except for
like
Soundwave.
I still have my the like I don't know if he even showed up in the movie, but the I have Ratchet that was based on the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, that was kind of a cool one too. Yeah,
Yeah, I love him, man. He has such a fun transformation and everything. So,
yeah,
and there's a part there's a part of me that even though he has one from War, there's a version of him in War for Cybertron. I kind of see the Bumblebee movie Ratchet as part of the Cybertron, the War for Cybertron line.
right. The video game line.
Yep, the
Yeah,
gamer edition. Yeah,
yeah,
because like since he's kind of like a space age truck
yeah,
vehicle as well.
yeah.
So, but anyways, like let's see, lost my train. Oh yeah, evasion mode. Now this is like this one makes me laugh.
The
It
wheeljack.
feels sad. It feels sad at the same time because it's 86 wheeljack. So either it's one of two things. It's gonna be a new like a more close, faithful paint job of
Hmm.
move of G1 cartoon wheeljack, or it's gonna be wheeljack with a big battle damage chest, man. Like a big hole in his chest. Like
Which they've already done for Target.
they did one for Wheeljack.
Oh no, wait. I'm sorry.
You're thinking.
No. Yeah, I was wrong. Sorry.
You're thinking about. Yeah, you're.
Because they're both
Was it
white.
Ratchet?
They're both white.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why.
Right. Did they make one for Ironhide?
I believe so.
I
think it's on the wiki page too.
Yeah, is he like? But it's like his chest, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not accurate if you ask me.
Because
he aimed for the head.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's too soon.
Ironhide
is my favorite Autobot. It's too soon.
Yeah, it's 40 years. It's been over 40 years. It's still too soon.
Actually, it has not been over 40 years. It's been 39.
39, yes.
Because the movie came out in 86.
Yeah. So it's over 39 years. It's still too soon.
Yeah, definitely still too soon.
Oh man, I will say that still hurts. Like,
yeah,
that was like such a troll movie. He didn't even aim. He just like had his hand there.
I mean,
he was like, yeah. That scene still hits me because like that's when you knew they weren't playing.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I remember when I was a kid, I saw that film. I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, they're gonna fight. What's going on to my Autobots? They're dying. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh man. Anyway,
I mean, as a kid, that just really traumatized me. But then as an adult, I felt like that just elevated the film to stand the test of time. You know?
Yeah. I wonder, maybe the Target exclusive? Oh wait, I'm like trying to scroll up and down the list like it's on my screen.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So 86. That could be anything. It could be
you're probably right.
It's battle damage. Yeah. And then we're going back to live action movie, and it's Bumblebee 4. I don't know. Yep. So, anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Onto greener pastures, or
we got TF.
Pastures.
We got a TF1 Soundwave. So yeah, it's going to be that
Transformer ever. I'm never gonna get him.
Well, but this is TF1. This is TF.
Fantastic.
Okay, all right.
Of course, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, he turns like some kind of a flying car, right?
I don't know. I don't even know if they showed him transforming.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing like kind of like a thumbnail or a concept design.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like a very flat car. So.
Okay. Oh, so right, kind of like the Bumblebee movie one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna get him.
Yep.
It's it's cool. Soundwave is cool.
Yep.
No one can tell me otherwise.
Let me see. Let's see if I can get a picture. Yeah. There's the car. Yeah, there's the vehicle mode. See, it's like kind of like a flat car almost.
Yeah. No, he's cool. I'm gonna get him.
So let's see what we got now.
Let's see. To me, man.
Yeah, of course. So let's see. We got
Swoop.
Leader.
That's
Swoop.
Definitely a package refresh.
Right, of the 86. Yep.
Yeah.
86 Swoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna love. Yeah, everyone loves the Dinobots.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make a joke. I'm like, yeah, everyone loves the Dinobots.
Yep.
Myself included. They're no Soundwave, but they're pretty awesome.
So, and then now we got the ones that I feel like is a big talking point.
Yeah.
Because like let me just take a few steps back. So 86 Studio Series, it seems like they're running out of spots because like they've covered everything from both live action movies, and I think they're almost done covering as much as they can with the 86 movie. So and they're expanding on the video games, but now it seems like they're expanding on into comic books. Yes.
Yeah.
So they didn't confirm which comic books is going to be, but my guess is that's mostly going to be focusing on the Marvel Comics run and / UK, because the Marvel UK.
Oh well, no, I know Marvel did their own Marvel UK did their own run that kind of wove in and out of US continuity. I'm just wondering why you're saying that so specifically.
I don't know. It's just I always see them separate for some reason.
Okay.
So that's just where my headspace is when it comes to it. But anyways, I'm talking about Marvel Comics, the Marvel Comics run of Transformers.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna skip ahead and say, yeah, you're probably right. We're gonna get that purple Soundwave,
The purple
which is
Soundwave.
fine because it's Soundwave, so I get him.
Yep.
I'll get him
But the question is he going to have a face, or he's going to have the face plate, or is he just going to have his normal, like an actual face?
as long as he's purple. I kind of want him to have the face mask,
Right.
because that face is so goofy.
Yeah. But like this, I'm actually interested to get him. I will say that.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm gonna get him. But
yeah.
honestly, what
Mhm.
intrigues me a little bit more is that Fort
Mhm.
Max right above him. Because if he's the
Yeah.
leader class, that means we're gonna have the equivalent of a mini Max.
So yeah, I was going to bring that up. So wouldn't that make him core class, Fortress Maximus? Come on, you know.
From a certain point of view,
Yes.
yes.
So because like a core class, since that's a smaller scale, and Fort Max is supposed to be huge.
I know.
So if leader class, if he's this big, that kind of makes him a like
I mean,
a
but
core
look at what
class.
they did with Star Optimus and freaking Hot Rod.
Yeah,
Hot Rod, who's supposed to be a Micromaster at that point, he's
yeah,
just a core class now.
yep. But yeah, so that's just the thing, like because he kind of makes him a core class in my opinion. Like I'm
Yeah.
joking, but
No,
it's
I
just
know. No, yeah, I totally get the joke.
But yeah, like if it's good, because since comic book Fort Max from the Marvel Comics run, he's technically G1 toy Fortress Maximus, but only downsized.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, either way, like, I kind of, I kind of hope they do them, and then they'll do like leader class versions of Brave Mags and Grand
Yeah,
Mags.
yeah, exactly. You know they're gonna do this, man. So
I would
they're
love
gonna
that.
milk they're gonna milk this design to death,
It's
dude.
either that or they'll end up like retooling him and making him into Metroplex.
No, I don't. That is such a horrible idea, dude.
Hey man, they did it with to Metroplex. They could do it in reverse.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like Titans class Metroplex was horrible in my. I didn't. I refused to buy him because like since he was such
I've
since
never owned
they
him,
share.
and Hasbro has
He,
never given me a chance to own him
yeah.
again.
Well, I had the opportunity to own him, and I chose not to because like since he shared so many parts with Metroplex that it really turned me off. So
Well, no, it's the other way. They retooled Metroplex
Metroplex.
into Fort Max.
No, but Metroplex came first.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
But the point I'm trying to make is that Metroplex, I mean Fortress Maximus. I think I got my names wrong.
I think you worded it backwards.
Yeah, I worded it backwards again. So yeah, that's what I meant. Like I refused to buy Fortress Maximus since he shared parts
with Metroplex.
Metroplex. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now it makes more sense. Yeah.
Right, sorry, I got to mix it up again. So
yeah.
but
it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, going back to what you're saying, that's why I say it's a bad idea that they're going to do it in reverse.
No, it's a great idea.
No.
It's a great idea, like Jurassic Park World. That's what we should have named that episode.
Well, I will say this: if you look at the timestamps, I did write that in. So
that's true.
I mean, if you, for that episode. So
yeah.
So anyways, but moving on. So, but yeah, comic book series. Okay, well, I will say this. This kind of puts my brain is like sparking so much for what they could do with with Studio Series comics books edition.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe we might get a leader class Scorponok based on his G1 design.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, like I feel like I get that they're like probably trying to expand the Studio Series line, but they could have just because like they did those comic series figures like the Shockwave and the Grimlock. Like why not continue that? That way we have the nice boxes with the nice spine art.
Yeah, well, here's just my thoughts about that. I think that was a testing ground to see if there was interest for it.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
And because, and they did all that decoration, not to say it's bad, but just try to make it as enticing as possible. So now that they're going to bring this more into the main line, I mean, the only thing I could think of to make it, like not as good as that capsule line you've mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm thinking that when it comes to the packaging, maybe we might get some art. It may not be as
That's good.
good.
Yeah, I mean, it may or may not happen, but that would be nice if we did.
Yes,
Or maybe they'll throw that in. Oh, you know what they could probably do? They could, you know how the like Studio Series figures they have like that backdrop. Maybe
right.
they could do something with that.
How about this? How about this? Just throwing it out there. When the packaging art for comics Fort Max and comics Soundwave, think about it. Wouldn't it be interesting if they hired Andrew Wildman to draw the profile art for those characters and the backgrounds?
I like your idea. I just
Yes,
don't like the idea of using Andrew Wildman. Like, super hot take.
yes,
Andrew Wildman is my least favorite Transformers artist.
yes,
He's
yes,
not
yes.
bad. I mean, the
Right.
guy's worked in comics, so he's doing better than me.
Yes.
But he is my least favorite comic artist for Transformers.
All right. Full transparency, I fully agree with you. The only
Okay.
reason why I'm suggesting him is that he seems to be like the only guy around who, like, and not to be mean, but isn't he the only few artists who's still alive? Because like the artist I want, I think he passed away.
Who is?
The guy who drew the comics, the Marvel comics, like around the earlier years, like from like around issues, like from like issue 1 to I'm trying to remember the numbers, but like my favorite issues post before Andrew Wildman.
After Andrew Wildman?
Before Andrew Wildman.
That's pre, not post. Post is
Pre, yeah,
after.
yeah. That's why I got it next. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
said before. That's why
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made sure I said before instead of post. So
Right.
yeah,
So,
but yeah,
pre Andrew
pre Andrew
Wildman.
Wildman. Yep.
That's like.
Like, but I think those guys passed away.
They might still be alive. I just don't think Hasbro's using them. But, like,
Right.
Marcelo Martier still does art for them, for Hasbro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking about but I'm talking about the guys who did the Marvel comics.
Right, right. I mean, it depends.
I mean, I'm
'Cause-
sure either that or maybe Marcel can just emulate that old design. But
Oh, no, he definitely can. We've
right,
seen him do it before. It would be great if Marcelo does it again,
yes,
you know? Um, Honestly, like, yeah, like, even there's a bunch of, like, fan artists. And I only say fan artists because they haven't gone pro like Marcelo has.
right.
Like Makotron. Makotron is, he's a
Yeah,
goat.
he's amazing.
He's a
I'm
goat. Screw
mhm.
that. He's a
Yeah. Sorry
goat.
for cutting you off. But
It's okay. I'm just gonna keep on talking about Makotron because he's the goat of fan artists. And there are other fan
right.
artists that I really love too, like guys that like probably they may not remember, like Matt Colpit or Fat or something like that. I
Hmm.
forgot what name. I think he went by Jackpot or was it Kickoff? I forgot, but he was
I know I have an idea who you're talking about. I
yeah
just can't remember. But
yeah because he hasn't done anything in like ages.
right, right.
Like Marcelo before he went pro was also he's a goat also.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
So
yeah, there's a lot of really good people out
so
there.
just going back to the discussion of doing the packaging art, you're suggesting that we get a fan artist who can emulate
Not
the
necessarily a
Mar.
fan artist, but just anyone but Andrew Waldman.
I
Like
know, like
honestly, like I'd be happy with Jeff Senior. And Jeff Senior, he did more Marvel UK stuff. He was actually also pre Andrew Wildman,
yes,
um, but he also a little bit after Andrew Wildman. But he definitely worked on some of the UK stuff, and
right.
he did some G2, but it wasn't like I think he did maybe like some of the backups
Mm.
because
Oh,
the two
right.
main
I know
artists
what you're
on
talking
G2
about.
was Manny Galan and Derek Yaniger.
Right, right, right. But I
So
agree with the reason why I'm bringing up Andrew Waldman because like he came from the comic Marvel
yeah,
comics run,
yeah,
but the point I'm trying to make like anybody who did Marvel Transformers at that time, like
right. That's what like I'm saying like Jeff Senior because like Jeff Senior is I think he's a great artist. Granted,
yeah,
his style is sort of like, I don't want to say simple because it's not simple. It's like minimalist,
Right.
you know.
I haven't. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, but yeah, because I forgot the name of the guy that I want to see. But I remember he did pass away. So
Okay, okay. If you're thinking of like a specific guy and you know he
yeah,
passed away, okay.
right.
I mean, I can't dispute it. So
Yeah. That's the reason why. I mean, like maybe I'll probably post it on like on the comment section on who I was referring to. But
yeah,
it's just I specifically remember him passing away. So,
okay. I mean, it's a
but
shame, but
yeah, but yeah. In any case, like the packaging art could look like look like they could probably get like a guy to emulate that design, that art style
yeah.
from.
Now to think about it, didn't I think Marcelo did the art for the previous comic edition figures. Like that new
either
art on the side of the box.
Either it was Marcel or I think is I apologize for butchering his name, but like Guido Goody,
Oh,
that was his
Guido. Oh,
name.
you know what? Yeah, it could be him too.
Yeah, because he could
He's
emulate
another
that
one that
style
was
really
a
good. Yeah,
former fan artist that went pro. He's a goat
yeah,
too.
I remember his
Actually, I think
earlier
it's
work.
Guido that does that, like pseudo Marvel style. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, so they could probably get him to do the packaging art
Yeah,
to
yeah,
emulate that art style.
yeah. I know what you meant. Actually, you know what? I think it is Guido. I think I was mistaken.
Yep, you're talking about like
I'm
the side art that was original because yeah,
Yeah, the new original side art on the side of the
right.
boxes. So like when you
Mm-hmm.
put them together, it made a scene,
Yep.
which is cool. That's part of the reason why I call them spines, even though I realize, oh wait, that's not technically correct. But
Yeah, but we
either
all
way,
know what you're talking about when you
yeah,
say spines. So
exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, Fort Max and Soundwave.
yep. That's a good. That's a bit. Yeah, they again like once it come out, I hope they're a hit because like if it's a hit, we can get more of them.
Yeah. But
Like I said,
also, hopefully,
Scorpion.
there's enough to go around so that everyone can get one. Because I
Yes,
want them
yes.
both.
But you know what? I just want to like throw a tangent. Like it's not going to happen, but there's a part like the fanboy in me would love it if it did was maybe they could bring a like maybe they could do like a sub line or something to that effect where they release 3/4 inch figures of the Neo Knights,
Oh my god,
you
that
know,
actually would
Circuit
be pretty
Breaker.
cool.
But I
That'd
don't
be
know who
cool.
owns the license to those characters.
That
But
would be Marvel,
yeah, but you know, like Circuit Breaker,
right? Because
Power Punch, yeah,
Hasbro can't
Rapture,
use Circuit Breaker.
right? But I just would love to see it. Is all I'm saying,
Yeah.
man.
No, I
I mean,
agree.
I know you're not disagreeing with me. It's
No,
just I'm just
yeah.
spreading the love of
Yeah,
this
no,
would be like the perfect time to release them, man.
it would be. It would be, and make them O-ring figures.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
Hasbro
none of
knows what's up. That's why
yeah.
those Void Rival figures are going to be O-ring figures.
Yeah, none of that classified stuff.
Yeah, none of that classified 6-inch bullshit.
mm-hmm.
It's O-ring or die, baby.
Yep. So,
No,
but yeah,
classified is
that's
cool, guys. We're
yeah,
just joking. We're just joking. I
yeah,
actually
exactly.
own classified figures. Granted, they're only
Right.
dreadnoughts, but I do own classified figures.
I'm just saying, I think O-ring fingers will look great next to Transformers since they're
Yeah, they're
not too
smallish to
tall, but they're
begin with,
not too
anyway.
small. So
Yeah, well, that's why I like the crossover series with GI Joe.
yeah.
I
So,
mean,
but
granted, if anything that gets shrunk down in size, it's the Transformers that get shrunken down in size because they all turn
right,
into vehicles for GI Joe figures. I still need to get
yeah,
that
dude,
Bumblebee
yeah,
and Stalker set though.
yeah. We haven't heard. You know, speaking of which, like
Yeah, on
off
a tangent.
topic,
Yeah,
yeah, tangenting. Like, how come we haven't heard anything about that rumored Optimus Prime GI Joe
I don't
crossover?
know. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, you know what? San Diego's coming up. They'll probably mention something there.
Yeah. Is like the rumor is that he's going to be a tank, right?
Yeah, the rumors is supposed to be like the Mobat tank.
You know, Mobat tank. Yep. Well, it's a lot of we'll see for as far as GI Joe is concerned. So
Yeah.
the GI Joe cross Transformers. Yeah. Speaking of which, we haven't even heard any word on the Motu Transformers crossover or was there like a Batman? I know
I think yes and yes. Um,
yes.
dude, like all I can say is San Diego's like next month. As a matter of fact, San Diego's
Oh
next month
boy,
because
next
we're
month,
already in
yeah,
June.
yeah, yeah. Next month's gonna be crazy busy, dude. As
Mm,
far as news is concerned, we probably have to have like a 3 hour segment or some shit like that.
yeah, yeah.
Not, yeah, but anyways,
Oh, also, just I mean, I'm kind of throwing this like in the middle of an episode, but
yes,
in 2 weeks we will definitely be doing a Joe Fest coverage episode because I just ordered a new camera and it should come in time
yep.
for Joe Fest.
That's yeah. Victor's going to Joe Fest.
That's right. So I'm gonna have video footage to show off of what's going on at Joe Fest, and we can talk about it then,
Yep.
and possibly keep my sister up because she'll be crashing in my room with me.
But anyways, but yeah, the comics line, like I am so for this.
Yeah, my only regret about that line is that it's pricey in the sense that it's a relatively big purchase.
Oh, you talking about the capsule that we had
I'm
last
talking
year?
about the crossover line. Like
Oh,
it's like some figures are like $100 a pop.
right.
You know, and that's a lot of money in one shot. I'm not saying it's a lot of money in general. I'm just saying it's a lot of money to be spending in one shot.
Oh, you talking about the GI Joe crossover
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
Transformers?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm waiting for them to go on sale.
yeah. I've been doing that too. Like it's a little bit harder with like the Bumblebee. I think the cheapest I see them right now for is like 85, 86, 87, somewhere
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Hmm.
And honestly, I don't want to wait any longer. So as soon as I can free up some money, I'm gonna get the Bumblebee one.
Yeah.
And the Cup one was already out also with Sergeant Slaughter. Which
Yeah.
is a weird pick, like Cup, like wow, but okay.
Even though it's a weird pick, the thing I will say, like, here's my honest opinion when it comes to the GI Joe Transformers crossover line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking all the designs to be honest, but
That's
but
part of
I
the reason
will
I think why I've
say
been hesitant. I'm sorry, I just wanted to get that out.
right, but I will say that the cup one is the most interesting out of all of them in my opinion. So
Well, I harsh. I kind of agree with you on that.
right,
Only because you know there's a sound wave in the line. So,
well, okay,
but yes, the cup design is interesting.
yes, I think the reason why I like it so much is that they integrate more of the vehicle into the robot.
Yeah, the Bumblebee's kind of the same way, where like you see him be a little bit more green and a little bit less yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, like I kind of want that figure too, but it's just I'm not a big fan of the idea of the like let me
Bumblebee
rephrase that. Not Bumblebee. It's just I
or the idea.
if I were to buy a Joe vehicle,
Okay,
the Dune buggy vehicle is like the one the, the one I want the least.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Like the
Honestly, I feel like it would have been better suited if they made that into Beachcomber. But from the business point of view, I understand
yeah
when they went with Bumblebee.
right yeah Beachcomber is not an evergreen, so
Yeah, he's not one of how does Proto-Man put it? One of the core seven.
yeah
You know, it's like
yeah the Core
Optimus,
Seven,
Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, Bumblebee,
Grimlock.
Grimlock, and I forget who the seventh is.
You said Megatron already, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, but I know who you're talking about. So, but yeah, like man, Starscream, like what would they do with him? Because like
Nightmare Before.
if it's a Raven, that's like $200 right there.
I know that's the insane thing about it. Like that would have to be like a HasLab,
Yeah,
which
but
I
knowing how
might just.
if it happens, right?
Then again, you know what they could do? They can like
Yes.
and obviously just speculating here. They could go with so for the live action GI Joe movie, they did a Night Raven, but it was like smaller in size, so it was
Hmm.
almost I don't know if you can tell, but
I
like
remember. I
it's
remember.
like
It's
about
like very
18
square.
inches wide, long
Yes.
from front to back, as opposed to like 36 or so,
Yes.
or like
Yes.
almost 30 inches because I actually own both Night Ravens now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like the OG Night Raven is really long, and
Right.
the newer one from the movie is a lot shorter from front to back. So they
Yes.
might go
Yes.
with like that version or like a modified version where it's like as small as the more modern live action movie Night Raven,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
like make it look like the regular Night Raven, the original one.
Yes. Yes.
That's another possibility.
Well, knowing Hasbro, they'll probably try to find the way to get the character in, but find a way to like match the budget for it. So they'll
Yeah,
probably pick like a smaller vehicle, like a vehicle that we don't even want, like maybe
like a
like the
buzz
bubble,
bore.
a buzzbore or a bubble, or
Oh, the trouble.
that or may not even make him a flying vehicle. They just make him like a tank of some sort,
Like septic tank from Eco Force, Eco
yeah,
Warriors.
exactly that thing. Like I mean, because heck, they made Soundwave the Thunder Machine. Like
I know that was crazy, but I
yeah,
love it. You know why? It's
why?
it's it's the both the burst world. Like I love the Dreadnoks and
Yes.
GI Joe,
Hmm.
and I love Soundwave, and like it just makes perfect sense to me. As crazy as it is.
Of course, but it's just it makes no sense to other people. Like,
I mean that's why that's the second one that I got. Like the first one I got was obviously the Megatron because I'm like, oh,
yes,
this is cool. I gotta get this.
right,
And
right.
then they did the Thunder Machine with Soundwave. I'm like, actually, he was the third release if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, because
yeah,
Bumblebee
I
was the
skipped the
second.
Bumblebee. Yeah,
But in any case, yeah, if they do a Starscream, it'll probably be like a vehicle that nobody wanted.
Starscream. Like I said, Night Raven. And I know
That
it's
that
not
would
gonna
be
happen, but
that's the perfect choice, and I agree with you. I will agree with you on that.
yeah,
But it's just knowing how Hasbro is with their track record of all these GI Joe crossovers with Transformers, it's going to be a vehicle that nobody wanted.
yeah. Well, you know what I want for the Jetfire. We're not gonna get it. Thanks, Harmony Gold, but you know what I want.
Oh, with the what's the name of the
The Sky
vehicle? The
Striker.
Falcon. Oh, the Sky Striker. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I doubt they're gonna let Hasbro get away with that.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Then again, they don't have to have the fast packs on there, so
Yeah, but the fact is that the what do you call it? The Valkyrie,
yeah.
the Robotech slash Macross Valkyrie. It's loosely I won't say based. It's like it's very inspired by the F-14 Tomcat and
Yeah.
the
I mean, even the
Striker.
model number is. Oh no, wait! I'm thinking of Sky Striker. Never mind.
Right. Yeah, even the Sky Striker is is loosely
That
inspired by
that
it.
is based off the model number for GI Joe is like the X. I think it's the XPF-16X or something like that,
Yeah.
or the 14X. So like
Hmm.
it's probably like an experimental version of the F-14.
It's implied or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I don't know if I mentioned to you, Vic, but as far when it comes to airplanes, I'm not an airplane buff, but I will go as far as say that the F-14 Tomcat that is my favorite jet
I mean,
ever.
I don't blame you. I Top Gun did a lot of things for that jet.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. When they did Macross, when they did Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, live action Macross? Yeah.
Yeah, no, sure, but they did Top Gun 2
Yeah, with
Maverick.
Maverick.
Man, it put such a big smile on my face that they found a way to spotlight the F-14 Tomcat
Yeah.
and made a great story like as the climax of the film. Like
Yeah. No, it
for
was
me
amazing.
as a Tomcat fan, man, that brought a smile on my face.
Dude, I watched that in 4DX. It is so
Mm,
cool because
I
like
know.
when you're seeing the film from the point of view of the pilots, like
Yes,
it feels like you're in the cockpit because the screens on the side show the sides
right.
of
Yeah,
the
it makes you
cockpit.
feel like you're in the film. You're in
You're
the
in the
cockpit.
yeah, exactly. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Speaking off tangent, the director who made Top Gun Maverick,
Hmm.
he's doing the I think F1 or I forgot the name of the, but
Oh,
they do
that
like the
Brad
car.
was it Brad Pitt movie?
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing that. But so basically, it's like a car version of what they did
Oh, nice.
with
I think
Top
that came
Gun.
out too.
No, it's on its way.
Oh,
and I
it's
wrote
coming
it.
out really soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm totally gonna be watching it. So.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. I gotta get tickets for Ballerina.
What?
That John Wick movie. Well, not the John Wick movie, but
Ballerina. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. For a brief moment, it sounded like you said Battle Arena.
Oh
Like,
no, sorry. Yeah, I did kind of mumble it. I meant
yeah,
Ballerina.
Ballerina. Yes.
Because
Yeah,
T-Mobile
Ballerina.
has tickets for $5, so
Sweet.
I better get my tickets soon.
Yeah, I got to get my tickets for all the July movies. That's for sure.
Yeah, Superman.
Superman, Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Jurassic Park World Rebirth. Come on,
Jurassic
man.
World Rebirth. I did it again. I can't believe it.
No, it's
you know what it is
Jurassic
with
Park World Rebirth.
You know what it is? Because the C. That's
Yes,
the thing.
it's
It throws
you
the
always
C
makes
in
you
Jurassic.
forget. Jurassic Park World.
No, it throws me off because of the C. You know, because like Jurassic. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth and Fantastic Four. So,
Yeah, Fantastic Four.
But yeah, man. So, but let's get back to
right.
The list, man. So, yeah. So the movie, yeah,
movie leader TF5 Hound.
Yeah,
John Goodman as a Transformer. All right.
Yep. I'm tempted just for that alone because he was like the best part of that film.
He kind of was, man. It's like, oh man.
And plus, I love John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman is awesome.
I remember when I was a kid when he came out in Roseanne, I started following his career, and every movie, good or bad, I enjoyed.
So. Yeah. He's also pretty cool in it's this show on HBO Max called The Righteous Gemstones. Danny McBride.
Yep.
Danny McBride. If you've seen Eastbound and Down, you know what I'm talking about. Danny McBride.
Yeah, I got to check their work.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, leader class Hound. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And so 86, and the next one we got here is leader 86 sleep mode Optimus. Man, why did they got to do that? It's basically Optimus Prime, black and white.
He's dead. It's a corpse.
Yeah, why couldn't they just call him Zombie Prime and get it over with?
Because this is from the
Prime.
movie, not Dark Awakening. Hello.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's basically Optimus Prime colored black and white because when he died, all the color faded away.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's the reason why they call him sleep mode because
they got to make their money back though on that on that mold.
Yeah, but they could have done anything but sleep mode, like black and white Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
like,
why not?
I'm waiting for Shattered Glass Optimus.
For what?
I'm waiting for them to do a Shattered Glass repaint with this Optimus.
Yeah, but it's a Studio Series figure.
I know, but I'm just saying if they want to get their money back.
I mean, yeah, they could just
give you those repaints.
That mold for like every repaint of Optimus going forward.
Yeah, you know they're totally going to make a Nemesis Prime repaint of him.
No. They need to make Black Convoy.
I know. But yeah, my pick for Evil Prime is Shattered Glass.
Yeah.
But anyways, but this is the one that caught me off guard. The Studio Series leader TF. Wait. Oh, right. My mistake.
The leader class TF5 Megatron?
Yeah, that's the one where he...
Is that the truck one? With like the rags and shit?
I'm trying to collect my thoughts. No, that's the fourth. No, that's the one you're talking about is the third one. The one I was kind of confused with was the one where he turned into a truck. But I think this is the one where he turned to a jet. And he had like he had like a very dome shaped helmet with horns on the side.
I thought that was Galvatron.
No, Galvatron was the truck in TF4.
Yeah, they all look the same to me. Broken pieces. I
know. But yeah, like the thing was in the number 5. Yeah, I'm interested in this one because like the jet mode looked pretty cool, and I felt like this was the best movie version of Megatron we got.
Yeah,
that was kind of like a decent marriage of what I'd like to see as a villain. Like, I'll say this, like, to a degree, from my perspective, I could see this as like a movie version of Thunderwing.
Okay.
I mean, if I show you pictures, maybe you could see what I'm talking about. Like because he had like his face looked kind of like a skull almost. And not to say that that's what Thunderwing is, but it's just I'm saying like it could be a great movie version of him to some extent. So, and plus he could turn to a jet, a space jet, no less.
So he could be your leader one.
Sure, why not? A movie leader one
Sure.
with a skull face.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, here's the thing that's kind of catching me off guard. Trojan Studio Series Anniversary Leader 86 Megatron.
Oh, that Megatron. Sorry, I just googled it. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about. It's a great design for a movie design. But anyways, going back to Studio Series Anniversary Megatron, which is right here. If you see that,
I think it's anniversary probably because it's for 2026, which would make it as the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie.
Yeah, but does that mean
the only reason why?
Yeah, but my question is,
oh no, wait, but
because we're getting him this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I was just thinking.
Studio Series 86 Megatron, we're getting him this year, so they're saying that they're going to do the only thing I can think of, which I'm a little confused by, is it might be a package refresh.
Might be a package refresh, or maybe like a cell shaded version, like how they do it at Walmart. Because Walmart has those cell shaded versions sometimes.
Right. Sure. I mean, if that's the case, yeah. I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be Gamer Edition. Because he did show up at Devastation.
86.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, it could be cell shaded. So
yeah.
So, but anyways, as far as the movie lines, I mean, all the main lines is concerned, that's a great listing. The other listings right here are Swapticons, which is like the lines geared towards like 5-year-olds.
Well, I don't know if they're necessarily geared towards 5-year-olds, but yeah, they're really simple, like.
Yeah, it's targeted towards children.
Kind of like the Micromaster combiners.
I think this is different. It's like kind of like they're like little. They don't combine. They're just these little blocks. No, these. Okay.
They combine in the sense that they bump into each other to form one thing. Not like the like 6-train or 6-liner and whatnot. Just that the two halves.
Gotcha.
That's why like Scorponok and Double Punch are both here on the list, because Double Punch is basically a repaint of Scorponok, and also Double Punch could also work as in that multi-pack with the Predacons.
Yes.
He's another one that can use the Scorponok mold.
Right. I think that's the only thing that I have. I'm not buying any of the Swapticons, that's for sure.
I'm getting Soundwave.
Yes. But the thing I will say, the thing I find kind of
I might get the
entertaining. Yes, but that's the thing I find entertaining is that the choices they have for all the pairings, like Tarantulas and Arachnia, Pterosaur and Laserbeak, Scorponok and Double Punch, Rhinox and Backstop.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the most interesting one, only because Backstop is a Galaxy Force character.
Yeah, but he's also a Rhino.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, that's the point with like all these things. Like, it's like two characters combining into one, but they're always like they have like the same mode, same alt mode.
Right.
So like they'll probably put Buzzsaw and Laserbeak, and one part will be like the head and everything of a condor, and then the other half will be like the butt of a condor.
Right. Pretty much. So, but in any case, like aside from the SWATcons, we got stuff from Cyberworld, which is the upcoming kids line.
Just to touch on the SWATcons real quick.
Yeah, the SWATcons. Yeah,
I think they're kind of cool. Like, do I want to get all of them? No.
Yes.
But I might get some of them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Definitely want to get the Soundwave. They're kind of cool. Like they're it's a very one note sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a kids line.
Yeah, they're kiddish lines. I mean, but they're all they're all toys. They're all for kids.
Yeah. So, anyways, since we put so much time on the studio series, the Age of the Primes lines, we got the Cyberworld lines, and since I feel like this is something Like, I guess we could just skim through them real quickly.
Gotta get the Soundwave.
Yep. Then we got
Shockwave is
Soundwave,
cool.
Deep Side, D-Score, Shockwave, Dino. Shockwave is a Dino? Like,
dude, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they retool the Grimlock
into Megatron?
into
Beast
Shockwave.
Megatron. Oh boy. Right, because a Dino. And not only that, we got Scourge as a pirate ship.
Okay, like, so what I want to know is, which Scourge is that?
Yeah.
Is it Black Convoy? Is it, maybe it's Bombshell, maybe it's Thundercrackers from the movie Scourge?
Yeah.
Or is it like a movie? No, it can't be a movie Scourge because this is G1-esque.
Yes. My bet is that it could be a repaint of Skybite.
Maybe. Well,
yeah.
Then again, you know what? It also could be a Nemesis Prime.
Yep. Like, the thing is, like, this Cyberworld, like, I'm looking at this listing, like, everything is just so bonkers, like, so out of the box thinking.
Like, yeah, I mean, Hound is a Yeti, dude.
Hound's a Yeti. Arachnid has armor.
All right.
Arachnid.
Yeah. And an armored Ratchet.
Yeah, armored Ratchet. Armored Megatron with a drill.
Wasn't he a bull?
Yeah, like, I'm guessing this is like this is armored Megatron. Yeah, so maybe he's still a bull, but then he's got armor that makes him a drill.
Maybe he's a triple changer now, like Galvatron from Beast Wars 2nd.
Right. Or better yet, maybe the horns they can combine to become a drill. So hence he's a unicorn. This is like a sure, why not? Let's just throw anything we could think of. Like, because we got Cheetor's coming back, and Jazz.
And
Lockdown. And we got some multi-packs. Primo's coming in this thing, too.
So, I'm wondering, you see how this is CC?
Yes, CC.
Do you think that could be a core class?
Could be. It could be core class. Like, I guess that's
what... There's different sizes.
Right. Scales, yeah. So, I guess core class is back, but in a different line.
I think someone did say that before. Like, it'll be back, just not in the way that we recognize.
Yep. So, but we got a bunch of them. Like CC Primal, CC OP, Classic E. Like, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but we also got, like, BB Off-Road. Maybe that's Bumblebee Off-Road.
Yep.
There's the Bull.
Or maybe this is Boar Blast Off-Road.
I don't know. Bumblebee Armored Op.
I don't know.
Optimus Prime.
Well, here's my thing. I think that's a typo because everybody else is CC, but he's the only BB, the CC BB. Like,
well, CC BB
right.
is, you know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
BB is AA.
Yes. Then we got CC Megatron Bull E. Like,
he's a bully. Yeah, bully.
Yeah, bully. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then we got another one, Armored Arachnid. I gotta make that clear. Arachnid.
Wait, wasn't the other one Arachnid also?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This Armored Arachnid, and then we got Armored Arachnid Classic. But why is Arachnid Classic while everybody else is Classic E? Like,
they probably ran out of space.
Oh yeah, man! Like, this is such a bonkers line.
I know. I mean, I gotta get that Grimlock. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we need more details on this Cyberworld.
More details, definitely, for sure.
Alrighty, so
we hit the end of the list.
Yeah, so this is the end of the list. You want to go on a break?
Let's take a break.
Yeah. Great way to end it with this crazy line.
We'll talk some more about Transformers.
Yeah. Like, I'm shocked that we were able to cover it.
I'm not.
This line is so extensive, man.
I'm not surprised we spent this much time talking about it.
Yeah, this list is so extensive, man. We got more stuff to come. Like,
I know. It's bananas.
But seriously, Vic, I had a blast just talking to you about this list.
This is why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
and I hope everyone's listening. Thank you for sticking with us this long.
Yeah, talking about Transformers because, this is just nuts. Like, how we can do this. But it's a good kind of nuts because we could be doing drugs instead of talking about Transformers, and that'd be a lot
Yeah,
of
or just
worse.
have fun. This is I always look forward to these episodes, just talking about this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, me too. So
Okay, so we're gonna go on break,
we're gonna take
right?
a little break, and we'll see you after these messages.